Okay, we got to describe Haida Gwaii. Life, you have sun there, and but okay, tell us what's it like over there?
Well, like I said, the Southern Island is basically a national park. The Northern Island is where the Haida are. They have a few clustered villages. I don't like to call them reservations. Skidegut's the main one, and then there's Masset, which is we call it Old Masset.
Is that the famous tree?
Masset.
What?
Masset. Masset.
What's that mean?
It's a Haida settlement.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but I think there were two Haida groups, and so they call them Masset, Old Masset. Although they were all Haida, they were a little bit separated.
Okay.
The main Haida settlement is Skidigut, which is just south of Charlotte City, which they're in a process of renaming everything, giving them Haida names instead of the Queen Charlotte.
Okay,
That's why it's called Haida Gwaii now. There's one highway. My son's mother is a lawyer. I knew a Haida Indian through my dealings around about that time when all this stuff happened, and I've actually been on the reservation. I've been in the chief's house, I've been in the longhouse. I was there when the Harlem Globetrotters were on the island for a night, and
they have famous trees. There's some kind of sacred tree there that was in the news 10 years ago.
Probably, but I don't know it.
Okay.
When I was at Christmas, I was in their new museum, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I got to see my friend Bussy in Skidigut, and he was like, "Hey, what the hell are you doing? Get yourself up here!" And I said, "Well, I got I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna." Oh. Hey mate, don't worry, we'll get you settled up down in Skidigut with the natives. He's kind of high status, and I'm kind of infamous because of something that happened around about that time involving Herring Row, which was a resource that the Chinese the Japanese were much sought after. It's herring roe on kelp.
Wow.
And Japanese, it's a delicacy, so it's a high premium on the price. And the Haida, it's a resource for the Haida. So I got involved with a guy who traded fish, basically. And this one was kind of under the table thing. Oh Mike, as long as it's in possession of me, it's legal. But if you were driving the truck with it, no, it's not.
Okay.
But that was too grey for me. I knew there was something more to it.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all I got told. I was actually brought up there by Jamie. I've got to move some furniture down to Vancouver. Okay, I'll go with you, Jamie. I've never been to Queen Charlotte. So we land in Sandspit, which is on the South Island. It's literally a sandspit with an airport. And then you get a little ferry over to the North Queen Charlotte City. And he had a house, and he owned what used to be the Queen Charlotte Hotel, which was like a bar. It's not there anymore, but anyway, it's something else. So I stayed in the house there, and he was explaining, okay, well, I'm not actually moving furniture, I'm taking some herring roe. Oh, okay, Jamie, and then it all kind of started coming out in a wash, and in the end, innocent old me ended up pretty much running the entire operation. I couldn't believe it. So if you want to know what the Charlotte's is like now, so it's the first time I went back there since that time, which was probably 30 years ago. And So I'm in Charlotte City. She's got my ex, my son's mother. She's a lawyer, and through me, she's basically has all the legal business of the island now. She works with the band council, so she's in a good situation. She owns 3 houses there, and so I stayed at her place. Nice, beautiful waterfront in Charlotte City. There's only 4,000 people there.
Yeah.
So they're very small communities. So she lives in Queen Charlotte City, the highway, and then you leave the highway and you head to Masset, which is 120 kilometres on the highway.
Okay. And
there's a little airport at Masset. That's where I actually flew into. It was like, I don't know, a 25 passenger plane. It was a fantastic flight.
Yeah.
Or you can fly to Sandspit on the South Island through Air Canada or whatever. So I went on this cute little plane, landed in Masset. My son and his mother were there to pick me up, and then they drove me into Charlotte City, which is 120 kilometres.
Wow.
Well, halfway from Masset to Charlotte City, there's a little community called Port Clements, and she has a house there, so we stopped by that house. And it's a smallish house, but really nice. But they're on the waterfront too, and right in front of them they have all these reeds, and it's almost like a bowl. And my son was it's like my son explained it was a tidal pool. Mm-hmm. So when the tide comes in, there's water there, and when the tide goes out,
and the fish stay. They catch the fish.
I would think so. I would think so. But the view from the balcony on the back of the house, I said, you'd never get sick of that view. It's just beautiful.
Just a second, Mike. Is there anything else you want to add? Because I'm running out of room on my. Anything about Charlotte? What's the special draw there? Why is it so magical?
Because it's nature. And the other thing is, there's no cougars there. The bears are very. There's no wolves. There's nothing that's going to eat you.
Oh, okay.
So, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
They are having a problem right now with deer.
Too much deer.
Somebody brought deer, which aren't native, and they're really destroying a lot of the young seedlings and everything.
Do they carry ticks too?
So it's basically open season. You can kill as many deer as you want.
Do they carry ticks?
Yeah, they're a pest.
Yeah.
But Charlotte City itself, Skidegate, Charlotte City is like us white folks, so to speak, and all the services are there.
Yeah.
And they have stores now. They have a Fields for hardware, and they have
Amazon is there.
They have a co-op. They've got fiber internet now.
Yeah.
But they're very, very. It's all about their community. They're very
together.
The Haiida are like up the coast. They were the big guys, the tough guys, and they would raid other tribes.
I see.
And take slaves. They had slaves and everything.
Wow.
They were known as the kings of the coast.
Yeah, we're gonna stop.
Normal if they were having regular flights in, you're free to visit. You're free to take your boat up there and sail up to the islands. Or go kayaking or whatever.
Right.
But since this COVID thing, they just shut everything down.
I saw them news.
Those little 28 plane passenger